roll, my dudes. Let's go! Hello, Internet! Bible thump! Hello, everyone! I am SneakyDevil. This is Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9001. I am not drunk, I swear to you. Frankly, I am insulted. Anyway, as I was saying, as always, you can find the fanfictions down in the Discord, or you can listen to me read them to you. So, do not contact the authors that are featured on this podcast by any means, because that's against the rules. So don't do that. That'd be bad. So this is Fate Stay Night High School D times the Fate's Peerage by a dyslexic writer. Hello, Isaac. In order to get them away from Alea's eyes, Zelrich had Rin, Shiro, Saber reborn into a world where the age of gods never ended, and Alea never came into existence. Not that this world seemed any more stable than one before it. Also, I do like how we had like 10 or so viewers as we were waiting for the stream to start, and now we have Isley. No, like the countdown timer was going on, right? And as it was approaching 0, we lost more people. Yeah, I don't know, man. Anyway. So this is going to be a Shiro times Rin times Saber thing. Is that Undertale picture just their? That is their profile pic. Yeah. Rin smiled to herself as she lay in bed, her head resting over Shiro's heart as she listened. Fucking. God damn, are you fucking kidding? At least we're catching it early this time.
Say.
Yeah, that was a good night.
All right, now it's working. Is this gonna be a regular thing? It's only gonna be a regular thing as long as my headset decides to break itself, which, knowing me, is dice roll. Shiro's heart as she listened to its steady beating. On the man's other side was Saber. Her sleeping face made her look like a cute little kitten rather than the proud lion she usually was. Wow! It's not like... That's not an overused description.
Is it?
It is. Massively.
I tend to not stick around the Fate Stay Night section.
So the main... So there was... You know how the Nasuverse likes to do joke after episode joke scenes and shit like that?
Yep. Yeah, no, I know. Saber is it's a skit in Carnival Phantasm where Lancer just gets mauled multiple times by Lion Saber.
Yeah.
I'm aware. I was not aware that apparently the fandom, a small section of the American fandom, fucking stuck to that.
Yeah, they kind of really liked it. It's a bit creepy, to be honest. But,
well, to be fair, Sneaky, just about everything we deal with is creepy when you get down to it.
I mean, that's a fair point.
Like this is Fate Stay Night.
This is Fate Stay Night, and I'm pretty sure the author's starting off with an homage to the "we need to give Saber mana" scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's what they needed to do. Blah blah blah. Those Shiro Emiya's why are you doing the full name thing?
Because that's just something they do. Like that's just, everybody's just like, it's Shiro Emiya. Like they either call him Emiya or they use his full name.
I would remind Atin that fandoms are weird. If further proof is needed, look at Ruby.
I'm fully aware that they're weird.
Isley,
did he just?
However,
I think the other guy. Isley, we go through this like twice a month. His voice is Max.
I don't know how you confuse the two. They sound nothing alike. One's a patient saint and the other one's a whiny bitch. I mean, really, they are miles apart.
Hey, you know, at least one of them isn't a drunken bastard.
I'll take that. I resemble that remark. Since apparently Ricky's going clean.
Well, someone had to hold down the role of group drunk, and you went for it. Whole hog.
Well, you know, when you have my job.
Yeah, no one's blaming you. I
mean,
okay.
They just okay.
What?
Yeah, the two of them had returned to their small apartment in England after a rough job in South America, and the three of them had celebrated their return with a hard night of exchanging prana.
I told you.
Until the two returning heroes were conked out. Rin was the last one still awake, enjoying the afterglow running her hand on Shiro's chest. However,
so wait, has Shiro become Archer Shiro yet?
Not yet.
Then?
I believe we are in the process.
Just making sure. Okay, but so wait a minute. How is Saber still around if there's no Grail War going on?
Because they're exchanging prana often and furiously.
That is a true ending. So there's a version of the visual novel called Real Tenua, and there's a true ending for the Fate route, in which he winds up with Shiro, he runs up with Rin. No, sorry, that's for the Unlimited Blade Works route, where he gets Rin and Saber, I think.
Yeah, no, that's the good ending of the Unlimited Blade Works route. The true ending is that Saber sacrifices herself.
Right.
The bad ending is Saber dies to the...
No, I think that was changed in Real Tenua. I don't remember. I haven't been wiki dabbing in a while.
Didn't Fate... Okay, so Isley, basically what the premise is that post the Grail War, Saber was kept alive by furiously exchanging prana with her every night. And, instead, Shiro goes out and kills things and they come along with him. So they can all exchange prana furiously.
Not quite. So Unlimited Blade Works route happens. You get the best ending where Saber gets to stick around, and she and Rin and Shiro now split their circuits for Saber between them. Then they all move to England, so that Rin can begin her apprenticeship at the Clock Tower. And Shiro's taken on to learn how to be a mage.
And he kills
I don't know what happens after that. Also, we get to watch Rin wrestle with Luvia, and we get to watch Luvia fucking... I'm pretty sure German suplex the shit out of Rin. All while they're enforcing their bodies. That was a scene.
Yeah.
Luvia's fucking awesome as a character, by the way.
Yes. Anyway, blah blah blah, she found a scar on him. You idiot, she traced the scar. I told you to be careful. Sorry, he mumbled, sensing her disapproval in his sleep.
I mean, if you were dating Rin, I'm pretty sure you'd become attuned to that anyway, so...
Blah blah blah, more than a dozen scars on him. Even with the Avalon and Saber, he still ended up with scars. Technically not possible. Because Avalon doesn't do healing. Avalon does reversing. Avalon reverses the wound.
I think that's dependent on a few different factors.
Yeah, I was under the impression that it was healing, but I could easily be wrong.
Anyway, while Max does the lore check, we continue. Blah blah blah, injuries. He became a mercenary by following in his dad's footsteps. It went up inside, knowing Shiro and Saber, the people she loved the most, put themselves in life-threatening situations. Blah blah blah. Saber might have been a servant, but she no longer had the Grail supplying her, nor did she have the Excalibur that the Grail provided for her. However, she was still strong, fast, and more skilled than anyone else. Even if Caliburn at her side was only a copy, it was made with the exact same production method that Merlin used. Blah blah blah. Equal. Shiro possessed a reality marble. Blah 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 blah.
A bunch of information for people who didn't ever watch Fate.
Yeah, for some reason, if you're reading this story and you've never read or watched Fate Stay.
Okay, Sneaky, I think I know where you're getting confused about Avalon with the time thing. Avalon boosts regenerative abilities to the point of near immortality, depending on the contract with the master. You might be thinking of Kiritsugu's time control abilities.
Oh.
He had limited time control. That might be what you're getting confused with. Because he abused that sheath to just go hog wild with, like, bare bones time manipulation by messing up his body.
Oh yeah, no, he'd be like, all right, so I just slept for 8 hours, got a good 8 hours of sleep. I'm going to go do whatever I want for the next 72 and then put my body back to the state of well-restedness.
No, not even that. I mean, like, all right, I'm going to, like, triple the time around my body. Okay, that also, for some reason, kind of tears up all my muscles. Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, if you're making yourself move through time 3 times faster.
The issue with that is that I think physics-wise, that would not actually hurt you. Your momentum would actually remain the same. But that is not how it was handled in Fate Zero. It implied that the momentum...
Well, no, yeah, his momentum would be the same. It would only be a problem if he hit someone else.
Or, you know, moved in space. Because, you know, air is an object, and we displace air as we move.
But yeah, basically though,
yes,
like
because of air as we move, but he wouldn't be moving fast enough for the air to be a solid.
But yeah, basically, because of the toll that it took on his body, he would just abuse Avalon's regenerative abilities.
Anyway, blah blah blah. If the battle put too much strain on Saber and drained her prana, she would vanish forever, or Shiro could die. Or if the threat to humanity, Shiro would accept a deal from Alea, become a counter guardian, and become Archer. However, recently she began to doubt herself. Is it my fault after the Grail? Like, the reason why I'm accelerating through this is because I don't have to worry about grammar and spelling this time around. Like, the grammar and spelling is just fine in the story.
Yeah, that's what I'm noticing. Like, there's only been one
if nothing else,
word choice.
The writer gets it. The writer or their beta, whichever one it is, they get A+ for having excellent spelling and grammar. It's really nice. Because we don't have to go, this is dumb, this is wrong, that doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
This author has 26 stories.
Is it my fault? Nah, blah blah blah.
They joined in 2016.
Doesn't mean they haven't been writing for a while, just means they joined in 2016.
She was the one who brought Shiro out of being a hermit. It was only because of that they were in contact with the enforcers. Blah blah blah, relationship stuff, blah blah blah. She's eating food. Zelrich is there. Zelrich isn't evil. Blah blah blah, explaining Zelrich. Blah blah blah. Blah blah. This is Shiro.
Yeah, yes, I'm sorry, I just noticed this question from way back when. Yeah, Luvia's the blonde in Prisma Ilia.
The blah 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 blah. I want to talk with my pupil. There is something morbidly satisfying about listening to people fucking, Zelrich said with a smile.
That's creepy.
Alright, author. Blah,
the author's
blah,
one
blah,
of those
I
people.
must tell you things. Blah blah blah. Archer's future. They're not the same people. Blah blah blah. Multiverse. Blah blah blah. Alea wants its perfect counter guardian. Alea's been masterminding everything. What is she, fucking Zetsu now?
Alea can't really do that.
Archer and Saber summons, me saving Shiro, how things played out through the whole war. Really, Alea controlled the entire Holy Grail War.
I find that questionable.
No,
me
like
deciding to go to the clock tower. Really, Alea told Rin to go to the clock tower and told her to take Rip.
I don't think the author quite understands what Alea, like, Alea isn't really a conscious force.
Is Shiro going to become Archer no matter how much it try? How much of Shiro's compassion is because of free will, and how much is it the counter force pressing him towards the Hill of Swords?
Okay, no, I don't think this author understands.
Look, I'm not even a Nasuverse fanatic, and this is just heresy.
Okay, basically, Isley, there are two names that tend to get a lot of pull in the Nasuverse. Gaia and Alea. Gaia is the will of the world. It's not really a conscious force. It's just like, okay, Earth might go extinct. I need to do something to fix that.
More like,
and,
Gaia is more like, I hate magic, I hate humans, they're a pest.
Well, no, Gaia is not like that. It's when they become a pest that Gaia's like, it might be time to extinguish you.
Gaia straight up asked other planets to send their champions to Earth to wipe out humanity.
Yeah, but that wasn't that in like Tsukihime? I don't think that was in Fate. But either way, they're still they're technically in the same universe. But Alea,
Art's still there. The primate murder is still there.
Yes, I'm aware.
The ancestors are still there. I mean,
but Alea used to be part of Gaia, and then started becoming independent. The more that humans, progress through their history.
Alea is the desire will of humanity.
Yeah, it's humanity's desire to survive. That's why you get some interesting things when you start looking at things like the counterforce is completely Alea. Because it's like, okay, humanity's going to die. All right, let's try giving this one specific individual like a couple nudges and maybe, I don't know, a power up. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, time to call in people like Archer and Mia.
Yeah.
To fuck shit up.
Mia, all caps. Super Edge mode activated.
I'm sorry, are you implying there's a time when Archer Emiya isn't in Super Edgelord mode?
Oh boy, the author's about to explain Alea to us.
The end of the Limited Blade Works route, actually, Atin. He's...
Alea is humanity's
I
will to
didn't go around
survive,
playing a bunch of H games, so I don't know all
you
the
are
endings.
pitiful. What is Alea? Why does it exist? Blah, blah, blah. I'm pretty sure this isn't actual shit. Blah, blah. Okay, maybe it is. A part of Gaia. The pattern was created because of life force, and blah, blah, blah. Gaia was born from the life force. Alea exists both part of Gaia and part of mankind because mankind's the greatest life force. blah blah blah. Mankind is a force of change which goes against Gaia. Sort of correct. When did Alea come into existence? When did it divide? When? Who knows? I guess after the Age of Gods. So tell me, if there was a world where the Age of Gods never ended, would Alea be there? For some reason, exclamation point question. The door to the bedroom slammed open. Zelrich, let's find out! And he poofed their souls out of the world.
Yeah. You know...
Oh, another reincarnation story. Rin will be the niece of Beelzebub. Shiro will be the son of Azazel. And Saber will be a human trained as an exorcist. Though both Saber and Shiro will join Rin's peerage.
I have no interest in this story.
Wow.
Also, I kind of feel...
Wow.
I almost feel bad for Gaia in Fate. Almost.
Almost?
Yeah, because, like, Gaia is the human that's trying to get rid of an infestation of cockroaches, but they won't die. And you can't kill them fast enough.
Humans are quite adept at not doing the dead.
Because it's fucking weird.
So here we go, Gate, and thus the Dominion fought there.
Uh-oh, is this StarCraft?
This is a StarCraft Gate crossover!
Oh, good. It will go even worse for them.
Yep.
Like, listen. I'm pretty sure one siege tank rolls the entirety of Gate.
Yeah.
Mm.
After 2 years of peace and prosperity, a mysterious gate opens on Korhal with the capital city of Augustagrad. From it, invaders emerge straight out of medieval times.
Is Augustagrad a part of Terra?
What?
The Terran forces?
Yeah, it's Korhal's the capital.
Oh, well, they... Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, they're immediately fucked. Hey, we opened Gate. Wall of lead.
Yeah, thus the Dominion fought there.
Oh, God, no, Max, it wouldn't even be a wall of lead. Do you know what it would be?
Explosions.
It would be battle cruisers. It would be walls of lasers.
They banned
the lead's
threats of
just the
slavery
appetizer.
and death to the Terran world they set foot on, but they were soon willing to learn they picked a fight with the wrong people. Read and review my story, please. Okay, so it's got 500 reviews. Holy shit. 700 favorites. 852 follows.
Have we found a gem?
Hang on.
Do you know about Warhammer 40k? Depending on how one looks at things, the Gate series seems like a mild JSDF propaganda. It is. But if there is a message, anyway, at least the invasion isn't in 40k.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the edition of We're All Not Gonna Die This Week.
For once,
fantastic.
Something
chapter.
Non-threatening has occurred in the StarCraft universe.
Okay. I'll be back in just a moment.
Fanfiction held about memes. A Grim host. Why is what is that fucking
Sneaky? What is going on?
Okay, someone decided to cross over the Zerg and Ruby and decided to draw the Swarm host as a Grim. That's actually
okay,
really
but how
neat.
did you get from there, from the story we're on right now, to there?
Ruby Titanfall, Ruby Division, The Hive Beyond the Gate. Oh, StarCraft Gate. He's written his own. 608 words.
What are we looking at?
I don't know. He's for some reason not reading the story.
Sorry, when I was looking at the reviews of the story, because typically stories that have a high review count are either really shit or really good. And one of the reviews by someone called the Grim Host, and It looks like someone decided to draw the swarm host from StarCraft as a Grim.
I mean, they just painted black.
No, they got bone plates and everything. It's really neat.
Oh.
Oh, you're not looking at the stream?
No, I'm looking at the story.
Fair enough. Let's see if I can't find it really quick. And post it.
Okay, then.
Ah, here we go, found it! I'm actually gonna save this.
Sneaky, now all I can think about...
Post it to the... Here we go.
Sneaky, remember the trailer, the cutscene they put out for Heart of the Swarm, where it showed the Zerg just tearing up Ostagrad?
Yeah. Now it's Grim.
A, yes, but B, I'm just imagining like a bunch of like, what are they? The big mechs. Fuck. Loki's? No, Thor's. Just a bunch of Thors patrolling downtown Ostagrad. The gate opens up, and as soon as the Centurions begin marching out, the Thors just turn and just open, just thump, thump.
My question is why you decided to call them Lokis.
No, because I was thinking, because there's the mission where you go to get the Loki.
No, it's the Odin and Thors.
No, there's the Thor, but remember, at that same facility, there's the Loki.
Yes, the big one is called the Odin.
Yeah, I know the big one is called the Odin. I was saying, at that facility, there's also a battleship called the Loki. And
yes, the battleship Loki. Yes, okay. I was like, there was not a Thor variant.
I just thought you had Marvel on the brain.
No,
yeah.
I don't have Marvel on the brain. I was getting there. I had to go back and remember the mission where you go to steal the prototype.
Also, apparently found a Grim Neo, so I'm going to post that into Animu and move on.
Also, I just got a very terrible image from what you said earlier. Floodified Grim.
Floodified Grim. No, that wouldn't happen, though.
It really wouldn't, because the Grim biomass would disappear.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. There is no biomass.
Well, no, there is biomass. It's just it will disappear when they die.
Anyway, let's keep moving.
That is really creepy. It looks like someone... It looks like a fucked up Harley Quinn. That's what it looks like.
I mean, so the reviews look mostly positive. So this might be a good story. We'll see how this works out. 2 years. It had been 2 years since the fateful battle against the fallen Xel'Naga Amun. With the entire universe at stakes, this was a war they couldn't afford to lose. To prepare them,
universe at stakes.
To prepare them, many gears were set into motion to ensure they were ready for this war. On the eve of the final battle, the combined power of the Terran Dominion, Zerg Swarm, and Protoss Delam?
You can do it, I believe in you.
The Delarim, but... Oh, no, I think they meant Tal'Darim.
I don't...
Did they mean Tal'Darim? I don't know!
I don't recognize that faction.
Yeah! Like, you have the Protoss and the Tal'Darim. The Tal'Darim are a bunch of
whacked up
super edgy Protoss
Sith,
that worshipped the guy that was going to destroy the universe, and then when they found out that he actually didn't plan to take them into like some amazing new universe.
Dialom, otherwise referred to as the Protoss Protectorate or Unified
So basically,
Protoss.
they were just...
Oh, okay, so just the Protoss. So the term that's never been used before. Got it.
Yeah, the Unity Government of
led by,
Kalai, Nerazim, Purifiers, and some Tal'Darim.
Okay, so it's the Unified Protoss Government. Got it.
It's just like the Protoss's version of the UN or something?
I guess. With Amon, only half of them are robots. With Amon and his legions defeated, it was time to rebuild. The Zerg, under its new leadership of Zagara, had returned to Char. Of the guidance of their new queen, they had laid claim to all surrounding systems to them. But for the most part, they stayed within their territory. So as long as that was the case, it was fine.
Excuse me. This is grossly wrong. They should clearly be led by the greatest Russian ever to live and get a crab arm.
No, Kerrigan did elect Zagara as the next leader.
I know.
Artanis had his work cut out for him. Blah, 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 ire, blah, 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 rebuilding, blah, blah, blah.
Valerian,
under the new ideal,
blah,
true
blah,
unity
blah.
was coming together, blah, 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 Valerian, golden age, everyone's great and fantastic, and they all had a shit ton of kids. Blah, blah, blah.
Except Jim.
Best of friends.
Jim got screwed over again.
Well, he always gets screwed over.
We won! Yeah! I lost my waifu again!
For like the third time. Although theoretically, if she controls the universe, surely she could manifest just show up one night, give him something.
But do you really want half god babies? I mean, I don't want half.
Punish.
Okay,
Jim Raynor.
look, if anyone was going to raise half god children correctly, it would be James Raynor.
Okay,
James Raynor punished.
Why?
A man
Why
denied
is
his
this in
wife.
the anime section? Get the fuck out.
Like,
Piece of shit.
Sneaky, think about it. The kid would start giving him sass, and Jim would just
Fucking
slap
putting
him.
that in the anime section. You trash.
Oh, I forgot to put that in shitpost. My mistake.
Or at least the gaming section. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Fucking anime section.
It's more a shitpost.
You're a fucking shitpost.
Moving on.
Anyway, blah blah blah. Everyone is good and great and having fun. They're all fucking and having a bunch of kids except Jim, who's sad. Blah blah blah. Free speech. Blah blah blah. Corruption and evil. Blah blah blah. Minsk. Defenders of Man. Oh, that's a Nova reference. Okay, cool. Blah blah blah.
Wait, the Defenders of Man are still. How the hell are the Defenders of Man still around?
I don't know, man. Because the Tal'Darim were too busy having kids with each other to annihilate the planet. Blah blah blah. It would help if Jim was still around, but he shot himself in the head because he was waiting for his god princess waifu.
No. Not quite.
Jim didn't shoot himself in the head. He actually didn't want to be part of this new age, instead choosing to be a hermit. Mysteriously disappeared.
Okay, hold on. That is completely in line with Jim.
I mean, yeah.
I'm saying, good job, author. Congratulations. It's 100% in line with Jim.
And then he mysteriously disappeared. Around that time, once broken and barren planets began to become lush with life. He wondered if they were somehow connected, making him think Kerrigan was involved. After musing for some time, Valerian sighed. Okay, look. Planets becoming lush with life would not stop any of the three factions. Well, maybe the Protoss, because they don't really care about territory.
Yeah, but no, it wouldn't slow any of them down.
Rebellion faction. Anyway, amusing, blah blah blah, introspection. I mean, overall, the grammar isn't bad. I mean, there's some parts here and there where it's just like, meh. The pacing is really awful. I will say that. The pacing is absolutely awful.
Blah, blah, blah.
Literally, it's, alright, let's begin the story. Fucking wall of text.
Like, I understand why the author did this, because they're like, alright, I'm gonna answer all the annoying questions people have about what's happening after Kerrigan.
Except for the part where we don't need to know about the Zerg beyond... You know, if this is supposed to be Valerian musing about things, right? then we don't need to know anything beyond the Zerg of they seem to retreat back to Char and didn't leave their now claimed territory. We don't need to know there's a blah 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 blah. We don't need to know about the fucking Protoss. The relationship with the Protoss were doing good.
These 3 paragraphs, except for the one about Valerian running the Dominion, those can just be cut down to 2 sentences.
They can be massively cut down. It's just like we don't need to know some of this information.
We don't need to know your character. We do not need to know your totally original character's full life story, please.
That too, I suppose. Anyway, blah 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 blah. Monitoring systems was alerted. Blah blah blah. Stonegate appeared in the city streets. Many looked at the mysterious thing that appeared. It didn't seem to be dangerous, and it was certainly not made by the Protoss or Zerg, so people just started to approach it.
Alright, hold on a minute. Hello, I know
Justin.
It's been 2 years, but these people live in Ostergrad. Surely.
No, they're Terrans! Literally, it's like, oh shit, new thing, panic and run.
I was gonna say, Sneaky, they've been living in the Kaprulu sector for probably their entire lives at this point now.
Well, I mean, everyone did. Like, dude, it's been like several generations.
Yeah, that's a good point. But regardless, what I should be saying is they just lived through a potentially universe-ending war. Even if they didn't know it was universe-ending war, they knew that something was happening.
I mean, fuck's sake, Kerrigan stormed fucking this place and killed Manx. Like, even years later, people are gonna be jumpy about suddenly new thing.
It doesn't matter if it doesn't look like it's Protoss or if it doesn't look like it's Zerg. It's gonna be like, I have no idea
what if it's a new race? It's like, oh boy, a new race coming here to fuck us!
It's like asking a soldier of the or like a regular citizen of the Imperial Man, hey, what do you care what eats you most? Everyone's gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about? What's gonna kill us? The Emperor protects us all.
No, it's not the case at all, because these people live in Ostergrad. Kerrigan tore this place a new hole, like...
twice.
Probably, at most...
Raiders
like,
did it, Kerrigan did it, the Protoss did it, the Tal'Darim did it, the Hybrids did it.
Okay.
Alright, I'm thinking of a different place then. Then let's go with this.
Why
is basically Cadia. Everyone's just like, okay, what's gonna kill us next? This, I don't care.
Why isn't every civilian just armed with something by this point?
Because the problem is that the Terrans are literally Space Australia. They are descendant from the worst convicts Earth had. And
yeah.
So crime is really rampant. So the governments that formed kind of really do not like civilians arming themselves.
Like, even Valerian, like, I'm gonna be a better man than my father, and I'm gonna be fair, is like, I'm not dumb enough to give y'all guns, though.
Also, no one can own guns.
Just like, I'm willing to let you guys have what you want, but I'm not that stupid.
Max, to give you an idea of how bad they are, they have a near infinite supply of Marines. And in order to become a Marine, you have to be one of the worst criminals possible. So bad that they perform mental brainwashing on you. And they have a near infinite supply.
That's actually the military force of the Terran faction is actually the foot soldiers. So the fire bats are actually people who have been jailed for arson. The marauders, which are the explosive experts, are people who have been jailed for demolition of,
they've been jailed for terrorist explosions.
Yeah, terrorism. And Marines are your standard murderers and rapists who have had machines poke their brains until they obeyed orders. That's the standard military. And of course, there's volunteers, but to give you an idea about the standards of the equipment they use, firebats were prone to exploding spontaneously because the fumes that fueled their fire guns would sometimes leak into the cockpit and kill them.
I mean, wasn't StarCraft originally supposed to be a...
Yes, it was
40K.
supposed to be 40K.
Yes, it was
To be
originally
fair,
supposed to be
Sneaky,
a
there's a
40K.
reason they phased the fire bats out in favor of the Marauders. The Marauders are significantly less prone to exploding.
Yes, but then they brought the fire bats back because
Only significantly less prone, not by very much.
Well, I mean,
still
if someone like shoots their ammo pack, they're going to explode. But like, it's not an accident.
Anyway.
No, I'd say if someone like blew air at their ammo pack, it'd explode.
No, those are actually remarkably well protected. Like,
yeah, then they brought
they
the
have
fire
to get
bats
hit with
back
like a
with
purifier.
fucking battleship armor on them.
Well, that was later.
Well,
Yes.
Sneaky, and then you have and then for some reason you have an infinite supply of Russians to pilot your battle cruisers.
Yes, that too.
Battle cruiser reporting. Like, I part of me wonders if, in order to be a battleship captain, they restock you with a Russian accent.
It's possible. Anyway, blah blah blah. People, humans, non-humans, marching out with medieval era shit. It was an odd sight,
Causing all kinds of damage as the city was being ravaged. I'm sorry, but they really can't do much.
Yeah, like Neosteel
Like-
is Neosteel, my dude. Neocrete is also Neocrete.
Well, no, like here's the thing: a medieval army marching into a modern day city, like, sure, they could kill people, but they couldn't break cars, they couldn't destroy buildings.
I mean, they could break cars if like they had dragons shooting fireballs at them or something.
Okay, yeah, but like,
But that
this was,
involves
like, the
dragons
first
shitting
this
fireballs.
gate, I was gonna say, assuming this force is similar to the one that went through the gate in Gate,
Yeah.
they had wyverns at best.
Yeah. Alright, so blah blah blah. Civilians are dying to arrows and spears. Cavalrymen. Blah blah blah. Slaughtering more civilians. Spread out and ravage the city. Yeah, it's just a really inappropriate use of the word. Civilians are being killed or captured. Buildings and property were destroyed and set alight.
Yeah, see,
Set alight! Bitch! This is Neocrete and Neosteel! I know this is just generic sci-fi shit, but like, Jesus Christ! It takes some serious firepower to break that stuff.
our point being, a bunch of dudes with torches can't do anything.
Yeah. Anything that wasn't bolted down was pillaged.
For crying out loud,
okay.
this is the material that can survive literal decades of being infested with Zerg creep.
Yeah.
And not just like surface level creep, no, like aggressive, like tumors all over it, and you can just burn it off.
Yeah. Good shit. Anyway, blah blah blah. Valerian shocked. His people were dying. Attention! Oh, you fucked up there. A red alert. Civilians quickly evacuate to a safety shelter. This is not a drill. Get there quickly as possible. That's not how you. That's not no.
That's not how that works.
That's
I was
not,
gonna say,
that's not how you make
Valerian
no.
should not be the one to do that.
That's not how you make an emergency announcement. That's no.
I was gonna say, this is Valerian Manx. He knows better than that.
Admiral Terran, Matt Horner, blah blah blah. Don't know who they are. They just appeared. Speculation later. Blah blah blah. I'll take care of things. I'm putting the palace on lockdown. I'll leave your things in your care, Admiral. If you're saying I leave things in your care, Admiral, Admiral's capitalized because it is being used as a noun. Pronoun? Pronoun.
Yes. Yes. Well, even if it's not being used as a pronoun, it is a title.
Yes, that is true. Creating a perimeter, comma, soldiers.
Blah
on the
blah
ground
blah.
will first
Soldiers,
deploy.
Marines,
Armor
blah
base,
blah.
okay.
Space
blah, blah
Marines.
blah. Pilots, blah blah. Why are they deploying siege tanks? Why are they deploying vultures? Why?
No, okay.
I'm
listen,
sorry?
Listen, Hellions, Vultures, Diamondbacks. That I get.
Hellions, I get. Diamondbacks, I get. Cyclones, I get. Goliaths, I mean, if they have flying units, I guess.
Okay, no, this is just a player who is just like, I have been farming for way too long. Let me just send my entire force at the enemy base. I'm just going to make one of everything.
This is someone who doesn't know military at all.
Well, that's also true.
Why are ghosts being deployed? Why are reapers being deployed? Medics and marines, sure. Why are marauders being deployed?
Well, no, like, I get deploying a generalized infantry force, because, like, marauders can still fuck up infantry.
Okay, yes,
and here's the thing.
But you're also fighting in a city that you want to do minimal damage to.
Yeah, I was going to say, if anything, why are there no reapers?
There are reapers.
Oh, no, like reapers, ghosts. Yeah, that all makes perfect sense.
No, ghosts don't make sense at all.
Yes, it does. Reapers are a fantastic response.
I said ghosts, you nibwit.
Yeah, ghosts are still a fantastic response.
No, they aren't. They are assassination tools. They are not general infantry killers.
Are you sure about that one?
Sneaky, you know that is blatantly false.
Yes, they are good at killing general infantry. However, they are far more useful doing other things that they typically do not have ghosts just ready to be deployed into a battlefield on the capital. They're probably guarding Minsk.
I'm sure there are ones guarding Minsk, but as much as Valerian is a better man than his father, he is still his father's son. He's gonna have ghosts just sitting in the street, Sneaky.
We can agree to disagree. Picking up
yes,
stragglers.
Sneaky, military strategy exists. However, military strategy also gets thrown out the door.
No,
when you
literally, he's just deathballing. He's just the author is just having them deathball. Blah blah blah. Civilians, the vultures were escorting civilians out, and along with the Hellions and Reapers. Why would the Hellions not be engaging directly? Like vultures, I can sort of get being escorts because they're not really too useful in this scenario. But flamethrowers kind of really useful against people only wearing medieval armor.
And like, you know, I can even understand Reapers as an escort because, oh, there's women and children trapped on that building. Well, the Reapers will jetpack up and guide them down. Yeah, fine, great. But no, send the Hellions. Send the cars with death, with fire.
Picked up the civilians and put them on the Hellions and vultures. And then they put the pedal to the metal as they sped off. Gotta go fast with civilians just hanging on to them?
Listen, author, you clearly have not read the lore, because if you'd read the lore, you'd know that if you wanted to keep civilians alive, putting them on a vulture bike is the last thing you would do.
Yeah, vulture bikes have a tendency
let me
to
put my civilians on a vulture bike. That's a great idea.
Also, like, Hellions, they don't have cargo space, but Hellions are... Hellions can literally do a transform Autobots thing and turn into a power suit. There is not room to fit more people on that.
Well, no, I was gonna say the base Hellion is like is taking just the base of like an F1 racer and cutting all the sideboards off.
Yeah, it's.
And replacing the spoiler. Replace the spoiler with a flamethrower.
That's fucking souped up. That's a souped up one-man dune buggy. What the?
Yeah, there's not room to put civilians on that.
No, there is if he's duct taping them to the fucking turret on the top.
Are you saying you don't, Max?
It's baby armor.
Sneaky, no.
Max, are you saying you don't do that?
No.
You don't just duct tape people to your vehicle?
Implying you don't duct tape people to the side. Implying you don't use people as armor.
By the way, Max, to give you an idea of how bad an idea it is to use a vulture bike to transport civilians.
No.
Classic. I suppose you could call it that. Of course, most folks like a bike that don't explode on them when the repeller seals freeze up, or when the fuel cells start leaking radioactive waste. But hey, who cares if it's a classic, right?
Note, we here at Two Idiots and a Suthner do not condone taping civilians to the side of your vehicles for armor.
Also, Max,
Okay.
I sent you the page for the vulture. Oh, good. It pops it up. Tell me where you would put a civilian on that bike. Look at your inbox.
No, I'm already looking at these on
is
Google
not person
image.
living friendly.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Look, even the wiki shows a vulture bike with extra people riding on it, and those people are terrified for their lives because that vulture bike is crashing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure part of it's also because the cops are on their asses.
Yeah. Yes, the cops are there, Max, but
they're not
okay,
scared. They're not scared of the vulture bike going down. Actually, they don't look terrified in the slightest. They look like they're out for a joyride. Maybe a little high.
The chase, the author decides to forego grammar as the death ball of Marines, Marauders, and Ghosts just took aim at them. And seeing the enemy zoomed up on their HUDs, they couldn't fathom if this was for real. Who the heck were these people, and why the hell were they and what the hell were they thinking? Swords and arrows? Plated armor over cloth? Horseback? Have these people been living under a rock? Oh yes, all those Marines, Marauders, and Ghosts thinking. Uh-huh.
Okay, no. Ghosts thinking? Yes. Marines and Marauders? No.
No, Ghosts would be thinking more like, what kind of, like, how did they get here? Why are they equipped with this armor? Who did this? Not, what are they thinking? Why are they doing horseback? That's so silly.
Okay, I agree with you.
Back in a moment.
But I was just saying the general point of Ghosts thinking, A-okay. Marines and Marauders? No, Marines and Marauders would be, this makes killing them easy.
Lol, killing, bang, 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 bang. Unless you're insane or a Protoss, these fools brought a knife to a gunfight. Well, the Protoss don't really bring knives to gunfights. They bring psychic plasma swords to gunfights. There's a bit of a difference.
Also, they tend to bring, like, 200-foot tall Deathwalkers. Though that tends to help.
That too. And here they were, uninvited, as they attacked their people and wrecked their city. That told them enough. The death ball thought to itself.
The ball of resocked Marines thought that, they're killing civilians. How rude. Actually, I mean, that might be what resocked Marines would think.
Targets marked, they shot them a bunch, and they jeered at their retreating. Okay. The overconfident enemy soldiers jeered at their targets. They quickly turned to the shock and panic as everyone was killed. Several holes, while others were dismembered, were vaporized. Brutal slaughter. What are they saying? It's no language. Ask the Marine as his audio sensor picked up their language. Hold on, I got this, replied a ghost. With psi abilities, no matter blah blah blah, telepathic, blah blah blah. Why, they sheep running away? Are they all mages? What kind of magic was that? I've never seen it. Protect yourselves immediately. Let's show the mongrels the strength of our fighting spirit.
And nukes from orbit in.
I'm sorry, but did Gilgamesh reincarnate into this fic?
Yes, Gilgamesh reincarnated as a foot soldier.
Gilgamesh is reincarnated. Actually, Gilgamesh is reincarnated in every fic. He keeps looking for swords.
Rallying the movement.
You know it's not just swords,
they got
right?
into tortoise formation.
Sneaky. Here's a new shit post for you. Gilgamesh the Protoss. Opens gate. Sends out Colossus.
Gate of fire!
Zerg just start pouring out of it. Oh god, I thought I fixed this problem.
I regret many things. I regret many things.
Now there's a joke for everyone who played the original campaign.
No, dude, now I just have the goddamn mental image of Protoss Gilgamesh shouting Gate of Ire as banelings just get rocketed out of it at people.
Why?
Yes!
No.
Yeah, that...
Fix the banelings' only problem. Mobility.
It could make for some interesting conversations too. Just like, is he shooting Zergs out?
Just like a couple of Terran soldiers, just like, well, this ain't getting any better. Just pulls a gun on their own head.
Throw a Zergling at me. I ran out of Bailey's.
No, Sneaky.
How do you run out of Bailey's?
Sneaky, it's a flying Zergling too.
No, now I'm just imagining a fucking battleship just be like, sir. What the fuck is that tapping sound? Yeah, he's just launching Zerglings at us.
I was just really confused. It's like, oh god, what
just
would
like
be the
Terrans showing visible confusion?
God, well, oh
Sneaky,
man.
just in the middle of the battlefield, Jim just pushes the button to put his helmet up. What? What the fuck?
What in the actual
Why?
fuck?
Why?
Fucking. I can even see it being something stupid as like I accidentally picked up a creep with a sword or something and said, "Fuck it, I'll just let it see what it does." Oh god, what? How would he even?
Sneaky opens gate, lurker spines.
No.
Oh god. Fucking his gate has just become like a Zerg homeworld because he was too lazy to properly exterminate the creep.
No, he told the Zerg, stay out of the vault, you can have everything else.
This corner, you don't touch this corner, otherwise it's free reign.
But why can we not touch the corner and learn its secrets?
Sword explosions.
Ah, that explains it. Okay.
Understood, human. We will not touch the explosion-inducing.
Just
Sneaky,
dropping ultra
Sneaky,
on people.
Sneaky. The best scene: Abathur meets Gilgamesh.
Stop. Jeez.
I can improve you. Touch me and you die.
Oh
Anyway.
god.
I still think I need to at some point have someone commission Gilgamesh firing Zerglings at a Terran battleship.
I can improve.
Absolutely.
I can improve you. Touch me. Can I not? No.
No, touches Gilgamesh. Improvement is not required.
Anyway, back to the shit story of shitness. Blah blah blah. The medieval troops formed up into a death ball, and they ran at the other death ball. And then the Marauder fired a single grenade into their death ball and blew up that death ball.
Sneaky, this guy's Bronze League because everyone's just A-clicking.
Yeah. Blah blah blah. And everyone else died because grenades and explosions and filtering data to Matt. Blah blah blah. Not using an adjunct on the capital world. This is crazy. Who are these people? It's the ETA on the battle cruisers.
The ETA on a battle cruiser is right now. Warp.
Yeah, like, I'm really confused. What do you mean there's no battle cruisers over the fucking capital? Is our radar towers up yet? Radar towers not being up in the capital?
What are you doing, .jpg?
Author.
I think we can confirm this author is Bronze League. It's like,
I think this author is a
Question.
Bronze League writer.
Siege tanks move to the marked areas to provide artillery support. You don't need artillery support, and this is your city!
The Reapers are busy saving people, because that's what Reapers do. You think we fear
that's
you?
like fucking sending.
We will show you the power of our polished skills. So it's a chicken fight, huh? Let's see who blinks first.
Okay,
And
seriously,
accelerated
sending those
at
fucking
the-
things to go save civilians is like sending the world leaders to go save civilians in 40k.
Hey, suicidal assholes that we've strapped inside suits that have jetpacks on them that explode sometimes. Go save civilians.
Or or you could make them throw bombs at dudes in chainmail.
Literally just fly over their armies and drop bombs and shoot people because they're really good at low armored people.
I was gonna say, excuse me, but why is Matt not just laughing his ass off and telling some banshees to go clean this problem up?
He did.
No,
Banshee Squadron will support the efforts of the Vikings and Wraiths.
Required is like 20 banshees.
Yeah, I don't know, man, because the author wants to make it seem like, I don't know.
Like,
the author's retarded. Okay, look, the author's retarded.
Let's cover something. The only reason that the army in Gate got to do anything was because the JSDF was super confused because a gate showed up in the middle of their town and started spewing soldiers. Yeah. And that takes some time to react
to. And not only
it was in Japan is the other thing. There weren't...
Japan did not have a... Still does not have a very good army.
Like, well, Japan officially does not have a military. That's why they're called Special Defense Force.
I'm aware. I'm just saying, there is a multitude of reasons why they didn't have a response. But here's the thing. As soon as they had a response, once they called up the reserves and they'd actually armed them, guess what? It was over in like an hour.
This is the problem I have. The biggest problem I have here is literally just like a squadron of banshees, literally 20 Marines, just go, they're all dead. Like, a gauze rifle bullet would not stop at killing one person. It would go through one person, hit the person behind him, hit the person behind him, hit the person behind him, and hit the person behind him. Because you know what? They're fucking depleted uranium spikes. Okay? That shit is supposed to pierce Neosteel, which is absurdly tough. So, if you're wearing fucking iron-based plate mail, congratulations, you're now the world's newest human shish kebab.
And that's not even covering, like I said, again, this is Ostrograd. This is a city that has been attacked at minimum 5 times. There are 5 missions where you're fighting in Ostrograd that I can think of.
And
it's also only been 2 years since the last war.
Yeah, I am certain that there's at least there'd be oh yeah, there's 3 or 4 banshees that are basically hot and ready to go.
Not only that, my other problem here is that the author then has a single marauder kill an entire phalanx with 1 grenade. But for some reason they need to deploy the entire army and deathball their way through to victory. It's okay, so a single marauder kills an entire phalanx.
I was going to say, first of all, that's not how that would work. It wouldn't kill an entire phalanx. Because marauder grenades aren't meant for killing infantry. Yeah, it would kill some infantry, but it would maybe only kill 6 people around it.
Yeah, weren't grenades not really? Grenades are fucking.
Because they're technically not even grenades.
Well, no,
they're anti-armor charges.
Yeah, they're anti-armor charges. They're not
it's not. It's technically not a grenade. It's basically a tiny RPG with a shaped charge.
This is a grenade in StarCraft?
Right? It's being fired by the Marauder unit.
Okay. I just want to point out, if those are anti-armor grenades, these are grenades made for armor in the StarCraft universe.
Yeah.
This is plated armor. I don't think this is standing up to those anti-armor. I'm pretty sure those guys are shredded and pulped.
I mean, yes, but the problem is that it's a localized explosion and not a shrapnel one.
Yeah, what I'm saying is...
still going to pulp.
But it's
quite a few when they're bunched up.
An entire phalanx, though.
No, you're going to need a few.
Yeah.
But phalanxes tend to be bunched up. That's...
Yeah, he's going to chunk it up, but the problem is that the author is saying, 1 marauder grenade destroyed the entire thing. Except for some reason, we need a whole fucking army deployment death ball to handle this. It's the same problem that I had with the whole JSDF propaganda parts that happen in Gate. It's, these guys do it so easy. But suddenly, they need the entire thing there because reasons! The author can't keep their power level straight is basically what my problem here is.
Yeah, no, again, the K-12 was originally designed to crack hardened Zerg carapaces. So again, this is not a grenade meant to fragment. This is a grenade that essentially you're essentially just firing a shaped charge at someone. Because the goal is to hit the target and then blow open carapace that's roughly as hard as steel.
Neo steel. So basically
titanium
alloy.
Neo steel.
So
yes, it would kill people, but it really wouldn't. It would kill like
blah 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 blah.
I mean, yeah, most of the fucking shit for
professional soldiers. Blah blah blah.
No, okay.
What occurred, Max?
I think it depends on which grenade they fired. I'm going to assume a Punisher grenade because that's what they're known for. The K-12 is just a launcher. It's not a grenade itself.
The
No. The Punisher grenades are the default grenade.
Yeah.
They can be upgraded with concussive shells, which basically makes them fire a shaped charge and a flashbang at the same time.
Blah blah blah. Tearing
wow,
fuck
concussive shells.
Down. Yep.
Oh yeah, concussive shells are not to joke with.
Blah, ordnance burning, blah blah blah, literally melting people alive. However, they were not designed to deal with air targets, as soldiers riding... Designed exactly for their purpose, Banshees were performing phenomenally as they hovered around skyscrapers, launching missiles, blasting the enemy apart. Okay,
what?
So... yes, the Banshees do that, except... Okay, yeah, so they're not designed to deal with air targets. They're not designed to deal with air targets that can move up to 200 miles per hour in air. They can certainly take out a dragon moving 10.
Wait, I'm sorry, are they having Banshees shoot air targets?
No, they're having Banshees not being able to shoot air targets. Air targets that are moving slowly.
Yeah, okay, but again, here's the thing. I could buy that based off the way Banshees are angled. Just be like, oh, the guns are angled at the ground. They're fixed missile launchers. They shoot ground targets. Fine. Where the fuck are Vikings? And for the record, why were Vikings not, like, Vikings are literally the best.
They were deployed, but it was about to happen, and then they all came, and then the Vikings and Wraiths made quick work of the air superiority. Sir, battlecruiser has dropped out of warp space. A single battlecruiser? Really? What are we playing? The StarCraft video game?
Apparently.
Like, first of all, this is Ostergrad. You expect me to believe that there isn't a literal fleet of them? Like, the home fleet?
So they can only afford enough minerals to warp a single one in. Don't blow up the gate. It's a dimensional gateway. We have no idea what will happen if you blow it up. I mean, that's fair enough. Alright, so we won't blow it up. Alright, prepare to go through it. Launch medevacs. Launch medevacs from the battlecruiser because the planet has no medevacs. I want orbital drops to deploy now to the locations that need help. That need help? With what? Making salsa?
There isn't a single location that needs help. These guys can't do... Okay, author, in case you missed it, when the JSDF actually showed up, the medieval soldiers were hilariously ineffective, as they would be against any modern military. That's the point of Gate. You have now moved thousands of years into the future. I literally don't think the entire army could kill 10 Marines.
I just... Okay, blah blah.
I mean, as soon as the Marines run out of ammo, though.
Blah blah. Fucking even then, just being punched by power armor would murder the shit out of people.
True, but I'm just talking for the.
Also, they have bayonets.
I was just mostly talking about the JDs.
Well, no, let's be clear. Their bayonets are swords. They are normal people's swords.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, blah blah blah. Orbital drop. They redeploy. Siege mode.
Ow.
Blah blah. Unleashed hell of exploding tungsten on any area the enemy tried to make strongholds. And Jesus fucking Christ, the home army is doing more damage to the city than the invading army.
The enemy tried to make a stronghold? Arthur, you clearly haven't understood what these soldiers were there for. These soldiers were under the impression that they were entering a standard medieval city. They were there to loot and pillage, and then leave. Because that's what you did in medieval times. Very rarely
it was like
you
shooting
go to an enemy
fish
city
in a barrel.
and take it. You'd walk in and sack it and then leave.
Switching over to rubber ammunition, I'm fucking done.
I'm done too.
I'm done. Rubber ammunition, oh yeah, let me just shoot some rubber gauze bullets.
It doesn't matter if you're shooting it. First of all, the rubber would, like, melt immediately. But let's say they've got special rubber that doesn't. That rubber is still gonna kill guys.
I think... Did we already cover this, the 6 Demon Emperors? I think we did.
Maybe?
Wasn't this the one where they end up chilling in the,
Yeah, in the
Forest of Death?
Yeah. I don't know why this is not covered. Okay, now it is.
Good job.
I'll save the Detective Conan fic for when Calvin.
Oh
shows
fucking
up.
lord, Detective Conan.
I know nothing about that.
I don't either, but I want to trigger Calvin, so.
Isn't
I mean, I've
still
read a fuck
going?
ton of. I read the entire thing of Conan, so.
I thought it was still going.
Half-Life.
Oh yeah, no, it is still going.
Oh jeez.
Half-Life Ruby Cross.
So
You
when
guys
was the
ready for
last
this?
time you read the entire thing?
Yeah, no, well, I mean, I've read all 1,017
Y'all ready for this?
chapters already. It has more chapters than One Piece. I didn't think that was possible.
Fuck.
I would just like to point out that you are Cancer.
How am I Cancer?
Because you are.
You just seem salty.
I am a bit salty. So, you guys ready?
No, but that's not gonna stop you, now is it?
Not really, but
Not
like,
really, no.
okay. Gordon Freeman had better not say a fucking word in this chapter.
Hello, and welcome to this one-shot, 13 chapters. A business deal for a friend. Deals are made for the one known as Gordon Freeman, yet the one who accepts such deals is none other than the mysterious man himself. When the time comes to accept a job from a dear business partner, there is none other than one.
Why is Gordon
to do
Freeman
it.
G-Man?
'Cause don't you know he's the future Gordon Freeman? That's why he's called G-Man.
So what? Gordon gets corrupted? Is that Half-Life 3?
Yes.
You know what? I wouldn't be adverse to that, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
It'd be an
play
ending to
through
Half-Life.
Half-Life 1 again, but this time you're G-Man.
And it becomes like a visual novel-esque thing where you have to remember what G-Man actually said,
Yes.
so you don't fuck up the timeline.
Indeed.
Snake, you've
was
created
the
a
only
time-
thing
you've
that
created a time
surrounded
paradox.
Gordon. There was no sound, light, just complete darkness. He couldn't even see or feel his hands, making him close his eyes once more to fully allow the darkness to envelope him.
Darkness.
He quickly opened his eyes once more and realized he was no longer in the unconscious state he once was. Attempting look around, he noticed that his attempts where fruitless, and everything he thought before was true. What? And that there was absolutely nothing around him. He tried to sigh, but there was nothing there.
What?
It was as if he didn't exist as anything but a floating consciousness drifting in the abyss of nothing. Before he could continue to think of his surroundings, a man appeared in front of him, or at least what he thought was in front. And it was someone he knew too well, yet at the same time is the biggest mystery in his life. In front of him stood a blah blah blah, it's fucking G-Man. Time, Dr. Friedman. Is it really that time again? It seems as if you've only just arrived. You've done so well before, and you've done so well, in fact, that I've received some more interesting offers for your services. He walked around what seemed to be the floating consciousness of Gordon. Normally, the employers would wish for me to just have you get straight to work. He began to pace around the empty abyss. You see, Dr. Freeman, this next job is from a long-time business partner of mine. He inhaled deeply once again. I have, of course, taken liberties of accepting this deal, and I would not worry about collecting payment, as always. I've already done so.
Alright, this is... I don't know who this is. This is not the G-Man. This is a million times too wordy for the G-Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at these...
The G-Man shows up, says a couple of cryptic words, and then throws you in the fire.
Yeah, if we're gonna go with this shit, it'd be like, yeah, is it really that time again? You've only just arrived. Maybe then something like, it seems others are interested in you. Go on, show them what you can do.
In fact, you know what? I'll just say a speech myself for G-Man. Let's fucking do it. Time, Dr. Freeman. It's really that time again. It seems like you had only just begun, it seems. There are quite a few benefactors of mine that are interested in your abilities. So I believe a test run will give them ample time to see your fruits of endeavors. And then just wake up Mr. Freeman. That would be Mr. Freeman's speech. That would be a fucking G-Man
I was gonna
speech.
say, as far as it goes, yeah. No, that's pretty much it's pretty good.
Thank you. I made that up in like 5 seconds.
I know you did, because anyone who's ever dealt with G-Man knows that he says almost nothing and gives you he gives you a tiny little bit of information. He doesn't even tell you what to do.
All I know about the man is he likes to stare at me creepily.
Well, I mean, that's just like a tick of his. He's also probably not human.
His tick is to stare.
Yeah, he does that a lot. Anyway, so blah blah blah, it's time to wake up and smell the ashes!
Oh, fucking seriously? Even I had a better ending line than that, come on.
I would end it, actually, if for this, because it's Ruby, I would end it with something more like, it's time, Dr. Freeman. Wake up, they're waiting for you.
Yeah, something like that.
Wait, I have a good one. Wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and see the dust of eternity. Or something like that.
Look, whatever, the point is, this is not G-Man.
Oh, I don't know, this author's already reaching the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I do like the dust idea though, but yeah, no, that was not G-Man. That was cringy. Blah blah blah.
I tried, okay.
I know, I'm talking about the author, not you. You were closer than the author was. Blah blah blah. Gordon is now in Rubyverse. And lying in front of him was all of his stuff.
Okay, listen, he's got a fancy suit of power armor and he can fight head crabs. Don't know how he'll do against Grimm.
The suit fit him like a glove. He chuckled at what he remembered his old friend Kleiner saying. At least the glove parts do. Attached to a makeshift gun holster turned crowbar holster was nothing. None other than the thing that had been there the entire time? What? What is this fucking description? The color faded crowbar stood out to his Heb suit as the steel and red contrasted the bright orange that adorned him. Jesus Christ. God, this is so fucking He reached up to adjust his glasses, alien surface, brought his hands up before he realized what was stopping him. What sat on his shoulders forever, what felt like him forever, was the very helmet that was gone the day of the incident. Maybe not exactly a helmet, but it was one that belonged to the suit like this. The fact that it was here on his shoulders. Why is there a helmet on his shoulders and not his head? Was saying something he didn't even realize it was there to begin with until he tried to feel his own face. What? He glanced towards and noticed the two values sitting next to one another. Glance towards what? His own health sitting on a clean 100% while his suit's power was experiencing the same thing that happened in the Citadel. The suit was charged at 200%, and for him, he didn't care one bit. As he started to stand up, he noticed a strange weight on his back. He realized what was attached there and smiled. It was nothing other than the long jump module he used while on Zen to cross the islands.
Okay, why do you have that?
Because reasons. Familiar female voice, blah blah blah, communications, blah blah blah. Have a very safe day. Gravity gun. Alex, oh boy, he's reminiscing. And now he's looking around. And he's in Ozpin's office. It was a steampunk office, he realized. And clocks were the theme. He quickly looked over. Oh boy, oh wow, it's the fall of Beacon!
Yay!
Well, it's better than the fucking beginning of season 1.
I mean, I straight up almost could have called that the second he said wake up and smell the ashes. I'm like, he's totally gonna make it do
Oh, well, yeah, no duh.
Fall of Beacon.
But
anyway, because, you know, obviously the author's too uncreative to actually think of anything else. There was blah 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 smoke, there was fires, everything's on fire, black shapes are killing people. He has a zoom function on his helmet. They're not normal mammals, they're the Grimm, and blah blah blah, descriptions of the Grimm. He tried to lean closer, but was blasted back by a gust of a giant dragon. Shattered window. He then noticed what exactly flew in front of him. I know I said steampunk, but I'm pretty sure this is Harry Potter at this point, he said to himself.
Oh, you mean Harry Potter exists in Gordon Freeman's world?
And apparently
I'm sorry, I had to go yell into a pillow. What was that?
Blah 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 dragon descriptions.
Also, listen, none of this even comes close to the amount of weird stuff that Gordon Freeman's seen.
Just bothered that.
Oh boy! So okay, I get what's going on here. So this is Freeman's mind, Gordon Freeman.
Oh God.
Not that I have anything against that. It's just I only like it when Accursed Farms does it. Because
I didn't come here for Gordon Freeman from Freeman's Mind. I came here for Gordon Freeman from Half-Life.
Granted, Gordon Freeman from Gordon's Mind is still excellent, however. Yeah.
Yes, but that's not really Gordon Freeman.
That's really not what we're here for.
The problem there...
That's not Gordon Freeman Prime. That's Gordon Freeman Beta.
If Accursed Farms decided to write a fanfiction with Freeman's Mind as the base, I would have no problems with it. And I have no problems with it because it's the guy who fucking invented the character and therefore knows how best to write him. Not some 2-bit hack fan who saw maybe a couple episodes and was like, "Oh, sarcastic comedy here.
No, it doesn't matter. Anything here. Every episode.
I'm so fucking clever." Freeman's Mind, it's a machinima for Half-Life that basically does a voice dub to the events of Half-Life 1 and 2.
It's pretty fucking dope, honestly.
It's actually really well done.
Yeah.
Hark, who goes there?
I'm not liking this story in the slightest.
Did I just run in a fucking circle? God fucking damn it, I did.
What did you do?
No, it was one of the episodes. Anyway, well, noticed a woman beginning to speak. Oh boy! Oh god. So they...
It's the script in the show written backwards because the author has not made the connection that they do speak English in Ruby.
They actually speak English in Ruby, guys.
It actually is English. English is everywhere. It is properly written out, and I don't think they've said anything to the contrary.
I mean, also
no, they haven't.
That it was basically made by a bunch of English-speaking people. Just like how you assume every anime they're speaking Japanese unless they otherwise say, "Oh wow, I can't understand you. You're speaking Halgankian. I only speak Germanian." Or
someone hasn't seen JoJo.
Oh no, I don't.
First part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures takes place in England.
Okay, like exactly though, but it's like it's taking place in England. Okay, so they speak English there.
Like, no, some of them speak Scottish. Get it right, you shitlord.
Fuck off. There is no Scottish
Scotland forever. Scotland forever.
Some people get confused due to the Japanese dub. Oh yeah, I always forget about the Japanese English dub of Ruby. I like the sub so much better.
No, I think my favorite was someone said, "Yeah, the dub's okay, but can someone get me the original subs? I prefer to watch anime with the original subs." Everyone in the comments laughs.
Yeah, and I still, to this day, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they seriously believed it. There's still that little niggling doubt that it might have been a troll.
We are at the age of beyond parody, my dude.
But, like, that was still what that was. Honestly,
anyway,
the fact that you could find it on Crunchyroll in English should have been the guy's first clue.
Anyway, blah blah blah, summoned flames into her hands. She looked at the elevator. He turned his attention to the elevator. Red sword came spinning out of the elevator towards... Oh, good. So he's gonna save Pyrrha, isn't he?
Of course he is.
Got a quick look at the girl, an Amazonian or a Spartonian. A Spartan. They're called Spartans. From Sparta. Not Spartonian.
No, they're called Spartonians.
Why is this a word?
What, Spartonian?
Murray High School Spartonian Drill Team. Spartonian Pty Limited, registered proprietary company limited by shares first registered with ASIC in
Okay, so it's a
2015.
company. You can't use a company as a
Fucking
base.
Australia! No, stop it.
What did Australia do?
It's an Australian business registry.
His simplistic vocabulary.
They're registered with the Australian Business Registry. It's a private company.
He tried to think if she used the same technology as Captain America.
And we're done here.
Good night, everybody.
Does it say that? Oh my god, it does.
Good night, everybody! Just kidding. We'll keep going.
No, we're done. Stream's done. Half an hour early. Go home. We're done here.
Okay.
Just close the stream.
Let's see what else we got. It's a Tuesday, right? There's got to be something good here. Ah, here we go.
Sneaky, it is a Friday.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
There is nothing good. There is only suffering.
There's only suffering. Let's do Fate Stay Night 0 then.
Why would you want to start with that?
Why?
Ruby.
Why is that the image?
Here.
Why is what the image?
Why
how about you link us the story?
What?
There it is.
What is this, an image for ants?
Yes.
I mean, it's not a terrible image, even though it looks like she stole Spectre's weapon.
Yeah, I'm, Why is Ruby a Emiya? Is my real question here. Now that would be a fucking story. Shiro Emiya reincarnates as Ruby Rose.
I am so fucking tired of shit posts from Ruby in Fate things. Someone badly photoshopped Velvet's head over Archer Emiya's body with the gears of the back.
Give us the link right now.
Give us the link, you fucker.
What server do you want it on? Do you want it on?
You can't just say that and did not give us the source.
No, I mean, do you want this in the private one or the?
Share with the class, Max. Let them all see this.
Here we go.
Oh god.
Oh, sorry, the file's too powerful. I gotta go grab a fucking link.
Yo, fucking piece of shit.
Cunts.
You cannot take my potions, young warrior.
Anyway,
they are too strong for you.
Anyway, so this is Ruby 0 with the Vital Festival in full swing.
I hate it because it's a funny junk link.
Fucking funny junk. Why did you not just right-click it and just...
Sneaky, what part of the file is too powerful did you not understand?
I think he didn't understand the entire part of it.
No, I'm asking why you did not just click the file, go copy image address, paste. Fucking retard. Jesus Christ, what are you, an internet noob?
You seem upset.
Better than a cunt.
Teams Ruby and Juniper are shocked when the unexpected family member arrives at school. Elsewhere, Cinder's wild card teammates would... Now I just imagine that fucking scene of Cinder and her team in a car, and Emerald or Mercury just shout wild card and jump out of the car.
What? I'm sorry, I stopped listening for like a minute. What the hell?
So apparently Cinder has wild card teammates, proving themselves to be dangerous enigmas. And Arturia tries to prevent a loved one from following her path. New players have come to Remnant, and a golden shadow is ready to change the game.
I wonder if the golden shadow is John.
Ruby hummed to herself as she wandered the outskirts of Beacon. She had a wide smile on her face, and why shouldn't she? Her belly was full of her lunch noodles. Roman Torchwick was still locked up in jail where he belonged, and Team Ruby and all their friends had made it to the second round of the Vital Festival tournament. Ruby had always known they would, but Weiss worried so much it was hard not to have a teeny bit of doubt. But they won, so doubt was stupid. Then Weiss had run off after Team Sun's match, which was weird because they had agreed to plan the victory party with their friends after that, and Weiss never mixed down on a chance to plan something. Studying projects, dust allowances, plans to discover and exploit the deepest, darkest secrets of the competition. If it required organization, she was there. Then it turned out her sister Winter had just arrived, and Ruby had to meet her, and oh my god, that was awkward. Although Ruby was pretty sure she had nailed the end of the conversation, she could not have been more thankful for the sisters going off on their own. Unfortunately, this left her with absolutely no idea what she should do. She could go to the party planning with Yang, Blake, and Team Juniper, plus maybe Sun and Checksum, but she still hadn't gotten word back from Sun and Emerald if their teams were coming. But parties were always Yang's thing, and Ruby wanted to do some maintenance on Crescent Rose. Okay. She thought she had noticed a dent after their match, and no blemish on her sweetheart would be given quarter. The Little Reaper passed, as in the past form of past, instead of the past form of, walking past someone. A lithe blonde woman in a blue gown on her way to the Beacon Forge. The girl gazed around the massive courtyard with a worried look on her face. It was a look Ruby remembered both herself and John wearing on the first day at the academy. The poor woman was obviously lost. Ruby walked over to her. Excuse me, miss?" The woman turned to Ruby, surprise written on her face. Maybe literally. "Are you looking for the bullhead to the Coliseum? Court?"
I don't know, Sneaky. I have no idea
there?
what that word is.
You having a
I'm obviously spelling this wrong, but yeah, okay. That's what, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought it was spelled like. Okay. Fucking doesn't even use fucking spell check or Google. Like, if I don't know how to spell a word, I'll either try and spell it and see if I get spell checked for it, or I'll go to fucking Google and be like, "Yeah, Google, how the fuck do I spell this word?" And Google's like, "Yo, hey, do you mean this word?" I'm like, "Yeah, Google, you know exactly what I'm trying to say." How do I spell Coliseum? Col-isium. There we go. That's how I do it. I'm not even going to bother checking. What's that red line? I don't need no fucking red lines.
I don't need no red lines. Red lines are work of the government.
Yeah, basically. Just a few turns
Max,
down.
I'm sorry for saying that.
I don't need no red lines. Red lines are work of the government.
I'm just going to stick this in memes and shitposts and maybe double paste it into the writing corner.
Oh no. Archer versus Gilgamesh and Apple.
I knew you'd appreciate it at least.
I mean, I'd watch it.
I have multiple times.
That's awful. You're awful.
Yeah.
It's a little.
I managed to misread that as a golden shower. Then again, understanding the Ruby fandom, I wouldn't be surprised.
Why is this specific? Oh, that's why. Yeah, one of the Google auto suggestions when you're looking for Ruby and Unlimited Blade Works is to throw the word velvet in there. Because I tend to forget her weapon because it's such a glossed over moment.
Oh, it's incredibly glossed over, but it makes perfect sense.
Some good art.
I guess. Anyway, blah 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 blah.
Oh my god, this is adorable.
Raised an eyebrow and gave Ruby a stare that told this woman was wondering how anyone could be as awesome as she was. After all, it was the same look Miss Goodwitch gave Yang and Nora after they destroyed a practice arena.
Alright, time to start deleting elements.
What? It was uncanny how similar this woman felt to an academy deputy. Maybe they were sisters. Oh god. I fucking swear to god, author, if you make Arturia Pendragon the fucking sister of Glinda Goodwitch, I will find you personally and possibly dunk your head in vodka.
Sneaky, we all know you would never waste vodka like that.
I would not waste vodka like that.
He'd waste vodka for this, 100%.
Blah blah blah. Poor attempts at Ruby humor. Been looking for it a while. There's no maps. What's going on? The crazy guy attacked my sister. That's my uncle. That's kick her butt, Uncle Crow. Teach him respect, Winter. Foregoing any sort of commas.
Uncle Crow should respect women.
Blah blah blah. Winter and Crow fighting.
Uncle Crow does respect women. He hits women as equally often as he hits men.
I'm surprised that's not a line yet, honestly. Just like fighting some girl, just like, what's wrong with you, you drunkard? Don't you respect other women? I respect women just as much as I do men. Oh, well then you won't hit me. Yeah, I'll hit you just as hard.
That was awful.
Bam!
Yeah, it was. I'm sorry.
Too long on delivery. 4 out of 10.
I'm trying to focus on something else right now. Sorry.
Well, fuck you.
He's masturbating.
Yeah, probably. So blah blah blah.
No.
A really poor portrayal of the Crow Winter fight. Yeah, blah blah blah. Blonde women suddenly interfered in their fight, thrusting a hand out at each of them. Pulse of wind sent them both flying backwards. Enough of this. You behave like children. Who are you? Schnee. Ironwood shows up. Uncle Crow, Ozpin, I think I might be in trouble. You did tear up the courtyard. Blah blah blah. I know how to copy and paste from the show.
Oh yeah, Max and I do that all the time.
Elegant
oh wait,
woman.
no, we don't. Because that's lazy.
Blah blah blah. Regal woman. That's Professor Ozpin. Her eyes widen. Really, she's never seen Ozpin ever at all, even though she was looking for him. Okay.
Yep, that makes sense.
It's good to meet you.
Bullshit alert.
I'm
Bullshit
Arturia! Okay.
Everything checks out.
Oh wow, so convenient you cut off the last name for the big reveal. Blah 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 blah. I copied and pasted again. Blah blah blah. Blah blah. Ruby, 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 Ruby. Fate, fate, fate. Is that?
They put in a line break when they already had a line
break for their line break.
That's the only thing I can think of, dude.
I don't know how to operate this website, even though it's actually fairly simple if I'm not dumb.
Well, that's assuming these people are dumb, Sneaky.
Yes, I know. How cruel of me to expect intelligence from people who manage to bash their face onto a keyboard.
Are you assuming they have a face? Are you assuming their face gender?
I am assuming their face.
You should check your face privilege, or...
Indeed. Blah blah. Also, running away from the courtyard was a boy with silver hair and long legs. Shit, shit, shit. What is that guy doing here? It was Crow. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah.
I find the weirdest stuff when I go on these art binges.
blah blah blah. It was a flashback without telling anyone it was a flashback. Blah. Mercury turned and saw standing outside their dorm room was a person with a gold cross necklace. Oh, why is he here? Why is Kira here?
Who?
Why? Why does he need to be there?
Wait, who's here?
Apparently, Cinder's newest teammate is Kira.
But why?
What?
Why would he be there?
'Tis a good question. We have no answer.
The shorty, you know her. We've never met personally, but she and my associate have history. Is it gonna be a problem? No, I know what's going on in this world. Yep, see ya, Kirei. Kirei Kotomine gave its teammate a respectful nod. He pulled out a scroll and dialed the saved number. There has been an interesting development, he spoke into the device. Saber has walked into Beacon.
You know, it's 7:46. How about we just stop for the night before my soul gives out completely?
This is just, okay, look. So, alright, so yeah, actually I'm gonna take this time
To rant.
to not really rant, to actually give genuine advice. For the people that don't really, I mean, we got like 10 people that watch this at this point. I mean, we lost a large portion of our audience. I understand we're not too entertaining all the time, but they just stopped showing up one day after they apparently had enjoyment, and they just stopped showing up. So I don't know what exactly happened, because it's not like we lost them mid show, and it's not like we don't disguise. It's not like we disguise when the show happens. It's every Tuesday and Friday. And I've stuck to that.
I was gonna say, we have stuck to that very, very consistently. I think over the past year, we've missed
over the past year and a half, we've missed maybe one episode, and that was because of a hurricane.
Yep.
So I mean,
not all of us are always here, but the show goes
I
on.
don't know. I don't know. I just
Some people might just like not want to show up for every single one. Maybe, I don't know.
Look, who cares? Anyway.
Yeah. Hey, point being, so literary time. So when you're writing a fan fiction, I mean, this is obviously very specific to fan fiction. In fact, it's even more specific to crossovers specifically, because when it comes to non-crossovers, you can sort of pace out the reveal of the changes that you're making to the story. But specifically when it comes to crossovers, starting the story and being like, yo, hey, Kirei is on Cinder's team, Saber walked into Beacon and is looking for Ozpin, with no knowledge of what Ozpin looks like, for some reason. But, you know, still, point being, you know, it's like, and that's the first chapter of, I copied and pasted the episode, also I slapped Saber and Kirei in at 2 points, and didn't really change much. It's like, okay, that's cool, I guess. Except, why, and how,
And thirdly, why?
and thirdly, why, as Nosehair here did say. It's just, you want to start a crossover chapter with either pure or the crossover occurring. So what I mean by that is for example, I'll take Two Step Goodbye for an example, because that's my current story that I'm working on. We started out pure, it was just Naruto. We showed how the transition was building up, then the transition occurred, and everyone had the explanation of why Naruto is now in Ruby. And then the chapter ends. Well, gets to Ken point and then it ends. But point being, I showed the transition so everyone knows how. Unless that's supposed to be the big mystery of, oh, I just woke up here and... But the problem with that is you can't do multiple characters then. Because if you want to focus on like a oh, one day he just woke up in blank universe, or she just woke up in blank universe, and is on a quest to figure out how to get home. Yeah, that works great if it's only one character from X universe. If you're gonna be like, oh, a shit ton of characters from X universe are now in Y universe, and all of those characters fully acknowledge that they shouldn't be there. Also, we're in mid-action, and a bunch of shit's already happened in the universe that have changes. Like Cinder having Kotamine on her team. Why? How? You know, like, I realize the authors, if they're even feasibly competent at writing a story, which they might not be, they're gonna try and explain at some point, probably through an info dump when Shiro shows up or something, or Arturia, you know, fights him and demands knowledge from him or something like that. Probably gonna give an info dump about how they ended up there, but that's just poor quality writing. Yeah, you can do that. That's just poor quality writing. How did you guys handle? Describe how you guys handled the Ruby shitpost you guys do.
What do you mean by handle it?
Like, how did you introduce the characters? Did you suddenly make them just, oh yeah, hey, they're a thing now? Or did you actually show them entering the universe?
Oh, we chucked them through a portal.
Entering the universe?
Yeah, no, well, what was it? We showed Ozpin sipping at his mug just after launching the students, and then two fat blobs just going over his shoulder and off the cliff.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And that was their entrance into the universe.
So you
Violent,
still showed them entering.
Yes, we did technically show us entering it.
So, you know, that's the changes being made. This is the change. There's two new people here. How did they get here? Through a portal. What happened? They got launched through it and died.
Then they got back up.
Yeah. So
then they got killed by Grimm.
Like I said, this is very fanfiction specific because when you're setting up a normal story, usually going right into the action is a poor choice. If you're setting up any sort of hero's journey, as that's so popular among fanfiction authors, is they love the hero's journey. Except they always fuck it up. But as I was saying, getting right into the action is good sometimes. Like, say it's a Halo, a Mass Effect cross, and they're being shot at by the Covenant, and they have to make an emergency jump, but it's only 90% filled or something. And so they do it anyway, and weird shit happens, and now they're in the Mass Effect verse. That's a good way to have an entrance into action. You know, to explain what's going on. If you're just gonna be like, oh yeah, they've been in the Mass Effect verse for weeks now. Freeze frame. I wonder how you're. I bet you're wondering how we got here. Yeah.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this mess.
Yeah, it doesn't. In media res, that's the term I was looking for. In the middle of action. It works for some stories. It doesn't work for a majority of them. It really depends on how the story is being written. And I see a lot of people, as we all seen, try to go right into their character being awesome. And in the first chapter. With no build up at all. And it's just like, we missed a bunch here. Why should I care about these characters? Why should I care about this plot? I came here for the interesting, and instead we just skipped the interesting and got right to why. Anyway, I've ranted enough. Is there anything to add, Atin, Max?
No, I got nothing.
Nope.
Alright then. we shall see you all next Tuesday at 7 p.m. as is the normal. And we're going to be going over some fics that we had covered weeks ago because, you know, I forgot about them. So you guys should be in for a treat. Yes. Anyway, Discord can be found down below.
And by treat, we mean Sneaky drinking himself to death.
Hey, look, I only had one drink this entire stream.
The rage.
That still does not inspire me with confidence.
It should. And blah blah blah. Hope to see you all next time. Tell people about this. Hoop de blue. Blah blah blah. Catch us live 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Tuesdays and Fridays, or you can always watch the archived copy that goes up to YouTube, usually by around Wednesday afternoon. I don't handle how Twitch uploads. They just do eventually. So yes, clappity clap, slappy slap. See you all next time. And remember, there's always more and it always gets worse.